He's on his cell phone, and he's running. The female closes the door, takes off, and she's going to continue on. At this point, he's under the tree. There's no PD. Okay, we have him running here. The only police overhead is the sheriff's helicopter. The suspect, the driver here, is getting out running here on his cell phone. The female passenger taking over the vehicle and driving off with it. But here he's looking for somewhere to dive into.
Obviously,
behind these trees here, let's see if
he can hear the helicopters overhead, but we saw the suspect there in what looked like a white T-shirt and dark denim jeans, and holding his cell phone. Incredible.
Okay,
it looked like he was going to give
Vermont
up.
and MLK.
It almost looked like he was going to give up, but he jumped out and took off.
Close. It's behind us, Dan. Sorry, Sandra. Trying to deal with this, figure out where exactly the car is. I have police units. Okay, I got it. Here we go. Okay, so westbound, the female taking over. Oh, hitting cars right there, ramming cars that are parked there, up on the sidewalk. She might be disabled. We're going to try to move south and get over. Here she goes, taking off. She's got a hoodie on, running with a cell phone underneath this gas station here, but ramming into cars there as she drove down the street. And they are in foot pursuit at this point. LAPD in foot pursuit. And she can see her. She dropped her cell phone here. She's going to jump the fence or go through this fence. We can need to move forward, Dan, a little bit, if we can, into this complex here, and running through the fenced off area. It looks like she may not have anywhere to go. She's going to be stuck back here in this complex here, back behind these trees. Let's see which way she goes, but we're going to try to move around and get you that shot. Again, LAPD in foot pursuit now of the female who jumped in the driver's seat and took off with the vehicle.
So LAPD on two different scenes
down.
now.
Yeah.
We have the female in the hot pink shirt. She's pretty easy to spot. And then the man who got out, the driver who was driving up to 120 miles,
okay.
130 miles an hour. There she is.
Thank you. Here she is, jumping the fence. Up and over a fence, just hanging up there, really tall fence there. But she obviously doesn't have anywhere to go here. We've got another tree. Okay, there she is, between buildings, nowhere to go. She knows the police are on that surface street there, the main street that she ran around, but she's behind this tree, and she may try to get into that apartment complex. But Dan, if my pilot Dan can move to the north maybe, or maybe do an orbit if we're able to, try to pick her up again. Okay, and she's moving up. There's someone waving her on here, encouraging her, possibly to ask her to come into his apartment complex here. But we're trying to pick her up here. We don't see her at this point, but again, a very dangerous pursuit.
It looked like she might be between
those
two buildings. Gil,
it's possible. I see that guy waving. Stand by 1 second.
All right, so this is
okay. We understand that it might. Okay, we're getting some conflicting information here. Possibly out by the street now. We see some officers there. There we go. We got her. Coming over the fence, and she's in custody right there. The officer's taking her into custody. It looks like CHP officers, possibly a sheriff's officer there, and bringing her into custody here along this street. It looks like it's possibly Normandy, where she ends up jumping the fence and being taken into custody after a short pursuit.
Yeah, that's right, Glenn. Last you saw us here, there were no units on scene as of yet, aside from the LA County Sheriff's Department airship above. Now there are several units of the LAPD's Southwest and Newton Division officers here on scene of this condo, or this apartment complex here. This is basically the 1000 block of 38th Street here. It's just about one block to the west of Vermont and just south of Exposition here. Now we have several officers on the ground. There is an active search. Oh, here we go, here we go. Someone may be on the run here and over the fence. Hang on just a second here. We're going to maneuver around. It looks like that suspect may be on the run, and only now so. And it looks like if that is the suspect, he has certainly changed his clothes here. He has got a hat on right now and some dark clothes. We're going to try and make our way around, and he is now on the ground. He is proned out. Officers of the LAPD taking this guy into custody. Now, when we last saw this guy, Glenn and Jessica, he was just exiting that light blue Lexus. If I remember right, he was wearing blue jeans, a white T-shirt. He was bald, and he was on the phone walking westbound through this apartment complex. Now it appears that he has changed clothes, and now we just caught him as he was being pursued on foot by the LAPD, and it looks like they have just now taken this guy into custody. Hopefully there is going to be a process of confirmation to make sure that this is the suspect, but based on his actions, it certainly seems like this may be our guy.
We understand that it started in the San Bernardino area, came through the Chino area. It initially was heading eastbound. This guy turned around westbound on the 60 freeway, came all the way through the City of Industry, and then to the 50, or almost to the City of Industry, and then to the 57. That's where he went southbound, 57, and then onto the 91. 91 to the, I'm losing track, 91 to the 710, 710 to the 105, and 105 now to the 110. And look at him, he's just taking the shoulder. Heavy traffic here on this 110 freeway. As most of you know, this freeway can get pretty heavy at this hour, but he is not slowing down, taking the shoulder, passing these cars, and very heavy ahead in about 1 mile. So we got the clearance through the LAX airspace here. Now he could exit at any point here on during this pursuit, and he would end up in the LAPD's jurisdiction at this point. But he doesn't look like he's planning on exiting anytime soon. Using that shoulder of the road to get by. Now, that's so dangerous. Not only cars coming off on the freeway, cars getting off the freeway, but then also you have debris on that shoulder, you have cars that have broken down possibly, and he's coming up at 100. I'm looking at the clock now, it's 125 miles an hour this guy's going on this freeway with the traffic. He's exiting here. Let's see what the exit is here. This possibly might be Gage. We're going to try to get around in here, but he's flying off that. You see the cars diving out of the way there. He's going to go straight through that street, and continuing now on surface streets in the LAPD's jurisdiction, the South LA area. I'll try to get
Gil,
you a street here momentarily.
we're going to stay with your live picture.
Yeah.
I want to go right to the telephone right now. We have Officer Ramirez with us on the telephone. Officer, what can you tell us about the suspect in this pursuit?
Well, it looks like the this vehicle was initially wanted for some type of burglary out in the San Bernardino area by the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. The vehicle failed to stop, continued driving away from the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department at a high rate of speed, and continued well into Orange County. It looks like our units picked it up somewhere in Orange County on the 91 freeway westbound. We are now, looks like we got off the freeway from the 110 freeway southbound, and he's traversing city streets in the South LA area.
And Officer Ramirez, our helicopter pilot tracked him at about 130 miles per hour. Is that what you're getting?
That's what I'm getting here on my log, that apparently he had exceeded speeds of over 100 miles per hour, which, of course, is of great concern to us because at that rate of speed, this vehicle can, a lot of things can happen. If he's involved in some type of a collision, there could be some very serious injuries. But also this vehicle traveling at that rate of speed could easily crash and possibly disintegrate on impact.
All right, Officer Vince Ramirez from the CHP, thanks so much for joining us. Let's go back up to Gil Levis. He's overhead in Sky 9. And Gil, it looks like he went behind the building. There he is.
Well, Sandra, it's really hard to keep up with this guy, which streets he's on. He's northbound right now. We'll try to get that street for you. But definitely in the Florence area, it looks like about Slauson maybe he might be on there. Right turn on Slauson, eastbound now. Exited the freeway, off the 110 freeway, blew through streets there, just nonstop, cars diving out of the way as you saw. But again, just really reckless on these surface streets, just blowing red lights, stop signs, blown by cars, wrong side of the road. You see him there, wrong side of the road, in the center lane there. Now let's see, he's going to pass all these vehicles here now. I imagine there's going to be a stoplight here momentarily that he's going to have to make a decision here, but he's just straddling that center line. Come here, he goes northbound now. Northbound, I'll try to get that street for you. It looks like it might be Avalon that he may have turned on there. But again, the speeds have slowed down now to about 50, 60 miles an hour. Red light right through, almost hit that car there. Left turn now, westbound surface street. We'll try to get that for you. But you see the LA County Sheriff's helicopter there assisting with the ground units. And it looks like there aren't any ground units behind this vehicle at this point, just that airship that's tracking. We'll try to get the LAPD involved in this, possibly since it's in their area. But again, here he goes northbound, weaving his way in and out these surface streets. Very dangerous. People on the streets, pedestrians walking through those intersections, and it's just a very dangerous situation at these high speeds. We'll try to get through the street he's on right now in just a second.
Boy, it seems as fast as you get the name of the street, he's on to another street, and it looks like he's in a neighborhood now.
Oh,
Did he hit something?
he just missed the kid on a skateboard there. I can't believe I thought he was going to hit that kid
Oh, that
on a
was
skateboard.
close.
The kid was skating right there on the street, and it just missed him. Here he goes, northbound now. It looks like this might be Avalon. Now he's again weaving here westbound on a surface street. This might be 54th Street possibly. But continuing here, high speeds through these neighborhoods. I mean, you're looking at a 25-mile-an-hour zone there, and he's blowing through it at 50, 60 miles an hour. Here he comes to a stop sign, major street here. He's going to make a decision right through, weaving right through the traffic there, and then continuing westbound.
It's unbelievable that he has not had an accident yet. Still the Florence area, Gil?
No,
And another
he's
pedestrian.
trying to get. Yeah, another pedestrian there, trying to get the location. He's real close to the 55th Street and the 110. Now here he goes, jumping back on the freeway here, northbound 110 freeway from about 54th Street.
Oftentimes we'll
A correction. Yeah, go ahead.
on the shoulder of the road again. Oftentimes we'll see the CHP or the LAPD pull back when they think the pursuit is too dangerous. Is that what happened here? You said no vehicles in pursuit right now?
Well, I think he's going so fast and taking so many different streets, it's hard to get some coordination there with the ground officers to try to figure out where exactly he is. He's moving so fast. And, I can hear the LAPD discussing how to handle this guy. Here he is, a red light, pedestrians, a trash truck. I mean, he's just going to blow right through there, just delaying. He almost hit that car.
Boy, he almost clipped the
And
back
now
end of
he's
the car.
southbound. Yeah, southbound. This might be Vermont or Hoover here that he's on. But again, I mean, he is reckless in his driving here. Again, wanted for a burglary suspect here, wanted out of the, I believe they said San Bernardino area. But just not concerned about the general public out here, the way he's driving.
We've seen several close calls
that guy
with
just missed.
pedestrians. Unbelievable.
Yeah, a guy with a grocery cart there just almost got clipped. I mean, we saw a skateboarder, we saw people crossing the road. That guy with the cart there, and just no respect for anybody here. This guy just blowing through. Now he's got some speed bumps on this street. That's slowing him down a little bit. That's good, but here he goes northbound again. This might be Vernon. I believe this is Vernon.
And Gil, do we know anything else about the female passenger in the car, whether she is there willingly or if she was taken against her will?
We haven't heard anything like that, Sandra. We just know that there is confirmed 2 people in that car. There he goes, wrong side of the road. Pedestrians again, a lady with a baby. It's unbelievable. This is so close, coming so close to these people on the streets. But yeah, that's the latest we've heard, that it's a male and a female, male driver, female passenger.
All right, South Los Angeles right now, if you're just joining us.
Just missed those kids. That woman just pulled that little child onto the sidewalk, just barely missing that little child. He said the mother had to pull that little child onto the sidewalk just to save her.
This is simply unbelievable. Very high-speed pursuit now through the streets of South Los Angeles. And we have seen several pedestrians, that lady with a baby, a man pushing a shopping cart, and another child, a young person on a skateboard. We see people standing there at the bus stops, and just a very dangerous situation.
There he is, muscling his way through that traffic right there. No regards for the general public here. Again, the drivers out here, they have no idea what's coming. Definitely the pedestrians don't know what's coming. Just erratic in his driving. He's just taking streets at random here, just interweaving here. We're not sure if he maybe knows someone in this area or might maybe possibly even live in this area. It's hard to say, but it just seems like he's just taking random streets here left and right and continuing on.
It's a nice, warm, sunny day, and certainly a lot of people are out on the streets right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of foot traffic out here, and again, here's a person just diving out of the way. It's like a bull, people are just diving out of the way of this guy as he blows through these streets. And here he is coming to a stop. Let's see what happens here. Exiting the vehicle.